Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Halloween. Halloween is not officially here. It's on Thursday. But since I can't go live on Thursday, we're celebrating today. Anyways, it's spooky season, the Scorpio season, it's all of it season. It's crazy season. Let me just say that. How is everybody doing? Hello, chat. Hello, chat. Hi, Omeka. Okay, first of all, thank you, Isa. Yes, please like this video, hit the like button. You know what to do. I don't want to keep telling you because I know how annoying it is, but sometimes it's necessary. Not sometimes, every time it's necessary because of YouTube. But I just want to say, get better soon, Isa. Thank you for being here despite the fact that you're not feeling well and you're moderating this live as always. Your help and your support is invaluable. I cannot express how grateful I am to all of you. Hi, Anna. Hi, Omeka. Anne Marie. Ooh, if that works. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening, depending where you're watching for. Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to wear something happy, something colorful. I was thinking, should I wear something Halloweeny? And then I'm like, I wasn't feeling it, to be honest. But happy Halloween. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. Hello, Sella. All right. Yeah, like the video on your way in or on your way out if you've forgotten, but don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. We have a lot of things to talk about. Let's see who else is here. Hello, Jam. Hi. Oh, that week was like washing machine happy of life. Yeah. What a week. What a week it's been. And what a weekend it's been as well. So many things going on. And well, there are a few things. First of all, because it's Halloween and I wanted to make it special because, we like to celebrate things, or there's always, I love an opportunity to celebrate and do things more fun. We've been really deep diving and talking about really dark things the last couple of months. So I thought, let's change a little bit, the vibe. Let's change the mood and the energy a little bit and just focus on Halloween. Hi, Donna. I'm faster than my mouse. Hello. It's good to see you all here. Oh, Chrissy, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the compliment. All right, everyone. So we'll be doing lightning tower readings later on. All right. Just a reminder of the rules. 1 second. So when we're ready for the lightning readings, I'm going to drop the link. We'll try to make it as fast as possible. So one question per caller or per person in the chat. Members and super chats get to go first. Don't worry about super chats. You can just do the absolute minimum because I want to keep sort of like a way to prioritize things, because then I feel bad. Like usually I see all your questions. A lot of people have 2 and 3 questions, and then I kind of get confused. Did I read them because I'm so in the zone when I'm reading? So in order to make it fair for everyone in the chat who wants a one question answer, they have one question and then a quick answer to that, we will do it this way. So members and super chats go first, basically, and no health questions. All right, but we're not ready yet because I do want to talk about something that we haven't talked about, and it has to do with Halloween. Something we haven't talked about here are the superstitions around Halloween. We all know what Halloween is or where it comes from. If you don't know, let me see what everyone, sorry, I'm getting distracted. All right, yeah. So if you don't know where some of these superstitions and traditions come from, we're going to be looking at those. Also, I'll be taking your questions if you have any spooky questions, any paranormal questions, anything Halloweeny. Let's keep it to the theme of the live today. I will be coming back anyways next week and doing a live for the members, and I'll be doing another live. I have a lot of content and a lot of videos that I'll be doing in the next month. Okay, I have amazing guests coming on. I have astrologers, I have psychic mediums, I have divination experts coming on. We have a lot of content coming out. And something else I want to say before we start is that I want to make this announcement. Well, it's not really an announcement yet, but I want to share it with you. All right. So in January, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close my book. So I'm not going to be taking any private readings for that month. And the reason why I'm doing it is because I need a little bit of a break, because I've been working nonstop for 70 years, and I'm feeling my energy. Although I'm someone who my energy regenerates and I replenish fast, I'm lucky in that sense. I still need a little bit of space, if you know what I mean. So my own space, like head space and energy space and my bubble and all of it. But what I will be doing in January is, I'm not sure, I've talked about it in the past, but now I'm ready. So I'm writing a book, and I'm also creating my own tarot deck. And those are going to be, the book is going to accompany the tarot deck. You don't have to have both, but you can. I don't want to reveal too much, but that's in the works. So I want to sit down and really work on that. Um, first month of the year. I think it's a great way to set the intention as well for the book. It's my birthday month too. And I feel this is the right time. I may take time off, meaning I might go by the seaside because I love the water, and it really helps with my energy. It helps me meditate. It helps me connect to, not to spirit, but it makes me connect to myself more and go deeper. So that will help me with my writing process. So I'm just telling you that January. So book now. I don't have any slots available. I'm almost booked out till Christmas, till the Christmas holidays. But if it's like a half an hour reading or something like that, I'm sure I can squeeze you in somehow before I take this month, the monthly break that I'm taking. All right, but everything in due course, I will share with you when everything's ready, when book is published, etc., etc. I do have a couple of publishers in line. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to talk about it too much. It's not even completed yet. I have an outline. I have ideas. I know uh, how, in what direction I want to take things. But yeah, once you're in things, once you're in that sort of writing zone, um, yeah, things kind of like develop and unfold differently. And fun fact about me, I have written 4 books. None of them have been published. My first book I wrote fiction. They're all fiction. I'm a good writer. I believe that's what I've always been told. And so I wrote my first book when I was 12. And I've written 3 since. They're in my drawers. I need to dust them. I need to go through them. One of them is unfinished. One of them, the latest one is unfinished, but almost finished. But anyway, so writing is my thing. I love writing. It's words flow easier when I'm writing than when I'm talking, because I have a very busy mind, and writing helps structure my thoughts, structure my, just generally, like my thoughts, my feel, all of it, if you know what I mean. So yes, that's it. That's what I wanted to say before we start. Yes, we have our, what did we name it? Was it fem Fem Village or Femtown. I think Femtown in New Zealand, and mayor of the town is Data. Don't forget that, people. That's the next project, okay? And we're all going to be living together in a commune, and we're going to build a beautiful community. We're going to grow our own crop, have livestock, meditate, talk about spiritualism all day, laughing, dancing, all of it. Yeah. Obviously, I'm somewhat joking. I mean, that would be a dream if we could actually achieve that or create that. But yeah, let's manifest it. So yeah, Mega, you should try publishing. I never published because I don't know, maybe I wasn't, even though people who read my book said they were very, very good, meaning that they were very, when I write, I like to, there's a lot of plot twists and turns. I like to keep the reader on their toes, because that's who I am as a reader myself. I like to read books that keep me on my toes, and I can't stop. I can't put the book down. So and very sort of, when I was younger, I've always been into true crime. So my books can be a little bit dark, but not really, meaning there might be murder, there might be dark things happening there, but there's always something positive that balances things out. Yeah, there's a lot. Of course, spiritualism, spirits, and all that is the main, like, it's all in all of the books, these unpublished books. The theme of spiritualism, ghosts, spirits, souls, astrology, all of it is, I've always incorporated those in my books. But I don't think I'll ever publish them. I was younger. I was much younger, but it gave me sort of, it has helped me learn how to flow with my writing, how to overcome like writer's blocks, and it has helped me structure better my books and my writing. Anyways, this is not about that. Oh, a nice spam with a question. Spooky question is, what Ed and Lorraine Warren experiment in the movie Conjuring? Is it true, or is the movie fantasy? All right. I'm glad you brought this up, because I'm going to give you and share with you my opinion when it comes to Ed and Lorraine Warren. I know they are the demonologists out there, and there's a museum. I think now their children or their daughter has taken over, and I think she's curating and managing the museum as well. Here's the thing. Rest in peace to both of them, but I've told you this in the past. I do not believe in demons, even though I was raised Catholic. I never believed in hell, in demons, in all of that. Personally, I've never, ever encountered a demon or anything that would be confused or be seen as demonic. That doesn't mean that demonic, in quotes, energies exist, and those are dark energies, but in the sense where how religion teaches us about demons, I do not believe in that, because there is no hell. And because I'm a medium, and I've done multiple hundreds, I don't know how many I've done readings throughout all these years, and I've connected to so many souls from the other side. I myself have seen glimpses of what the other side, the spirit world, looks like. I've been told what the spirit world looks like. I've never, ever experienced or seen anything demonic. So what I'm trying to say here, I'm not calling Ed and Lorraine scammers. They certainly had an ability to tap into something darker, a more low vibrational entity, if you will, or some kind of entity throughout their 50, 60 year reign as demonologist. I think it's called demonologist, right? Yeah. But that doesn't mean that demons exist. Now, regarding the movie, I do believe that the movie obviously has been, a lot of things have been embellished, have been exaggerated for, the thrills, for the movie, for the viewers, to create tension and thrills and fear and all of it. And that's what Hollywood does at the end of the day. We know that. So, I do believe, like, let's talk about poltergeist, for instance. Poltergeists, how I see it, these are not angry demons or angry spirits or angry souls or angry entities trying to get back to the humans that live in their space by creating this chaos, all right? And trying to scare them out or to create chaos. Poltergeists are a projection of ourselves, of us, the humans. Yes, and yes, because we are made of energy, and because we are all one, and we are attached to the source, we don't realize how powerful our energy is, because we do not use the full capacity of our energy and our abilities when we are on earth as human beings. So when this, especially if you research poltergeists, the history, or cases where families or homes have experienced poltergeist activity, and you look at these homeowners or these tenants or these people who have experienced or have been the brunt of that, poltergeist activity, I can almost, put my hand on the fire and say that these are people that have been through some kind of trauma in their life. They maybe some kind of very heightened anxiety or mental health issues. Not calling anyone crazy, that's not what I'm saying, but depression is also, if you're heavily depressed or you're bipolar, you can project things, all right? You can project your own fears onto something else. So I believe that fear, these projections, can really build an energy around you and create what we call, or what pop culture or the film industry calls, or even spiritualists call poltergeists. So I don't think Ed and Lorraine were, yeah, they were experts. I mean, they called themselves experts, but I don't think that what they were doing was per se, I'm going to say this, I want to be respectful as well. The spiritualist in the industry, the spiritualist community can be a bit, um, what do we say? Not aggressive, but they can be a little bit in your face if you say something that they don't like what you're saying. I don't know if I'm making any sense right now, um but I don't believe, I believe, and although they did not always get paid for visiting sites and trying to get rid of the poltergeist, the spirit, whatever it is, that's not the reasoning behind it. The incentive, if you will, is not monetary, or was not monetary, but it was definitely wanting them to make a name of themselves, to become the experts in that field, because no one would touch that with a 10-foot pole, right? I mean, and they just, in my humble opinion, I believe they just um amplified people's fears and people's beliefs, because especially back then and in the areas where they worked, they were very, very religious people. So obviously the fear of ghosts, the fear of poltergeist, the fear of demons was instilled in them. So, and I do believe that they took that and ran with that and created a whole business and a name, and they sold books, and movies were created about them and about cases that they took and they worked with. So, yeah, that was a very long-winded answer, but again, I'm trying to be careful how I say things, especially about people, and especially because they're both deceased. So I want to be respectful to them, and I do respect uh some things that they've done. All right, I do respect things that they've done, and I do believe that Lorraine was extremely, she was a medium, she was a psychic medium. But on the other hand, I'll tell you what I feel. I feel that Lorraine was afraid of her abilities, which is why she didn't use them to their fullest capacity, or capacity. And for that reason, I feel they were all, she and her husband were projecting. So they were taking on these cases. This is like almost like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm sweeping things under the rug, but I will deal with everyone else's experiences, attachments, poltergeist activity, whatever it is, because I do not want to work with my abilities and see what's coming through for me. Hope that makes sense. Let's see. Yeah, self-righteous, yeah, or self-promoting. I do believe like when they started off, when they were younger, their intentions were pure and they were looking into, it feels to me. So what I'm hearing from my own guides, okay, right now is just that they themselves, in order to learn more about spirit and the spirit world and uh, activities and experiences that people were having, they were learning as they were going. And then it they became experts because they were the only ones brave enough, I guess, in quotes, to help people, or consult, or become consultants for psychic mediums or other spiritualists. And they took it from there, they ran with it. That's what I believe regarding Ed and Lorraine Warren. The Amityville horror. I listen. I do not believe that objects are haunted. I do believe they carry a lot of energy, and you can feel that energy, and you can actually even, it's called psychometry, like you can actually even see impressions of things through an object. Okay, I'm holding a crystal now, but whatever object you can think of, whether it's like a necklace, earring, glasses, whatever it was, even a pen. If you had, like, for instance, pen is a great example. My grandfather, I never met my grandfather. He died from cancer when my mom was 13 years old. But, obviously, I heard a lot about my grandfather. My mom absolutely adored her dad. Obviously, she has daddy issues because she lost her dad when she was quite young, and she was at boarding school at the time. So she wasn't even around when he was very, very sick. But the thing is, the only thing I have from my grandpa, or the only three things, they're just coming. I have my grandfather, is this white frame in the back. We painted it white, but this is my grandfather's. He had a painting, an oil painting in it, and this was behind his desk. My grandfather was a doctor, by the way, and he had this big desk at home where he would sit down and he would read his medical books and write reports and stuff, and that was his. The other one is an armchair, an antique armchair that he brought from India, because my grandfather traveled a lot. He went to all over the world, especially Asia, and he was an antiques collector as well. So he would like bring antique cars as well. Crazy. And when my grandfather passed, my grandmother found herself with 30 antique cars, and she didn't know what to do with them. She was like, I don't know what to do with these cars. Everyone was like, sell them. And she sold them dirt cheap because she didn't know what she was doing and she didn't know the value of those cars. And the third item is a pen that he would use every day. And I have that pen, and every time I have it in one of my drawers, and every time I hold that pen, I feel my grandfather. Never met him, but I feel my grandfather, and I get like a rush of energy coming through. So, but that doesn't mean that the pen or any object is haunted. I don't believe that souls, spirits haunt objects. Now, if you're asking me about homes, properties, land, cemeteries, no, cemeteries, they don't hang around in cemeteries, contrary to what people believe and what's out there. I've been to some. I actually enjoy cemeteries because it's so quiet, and there is such peace about them. Just the sense of peace when you're in a cemetery, as gruesome as, or as weird, as eerie as that sounds. But when it comes to hauntings, okay, I don't believe in ghosts, like, because I've seen spirits. I've seen ghosts. Let's call them ghosts and not souls or spirits, because the souls or spirits have crossed over and they just like pop in and pop out depending. And usually it is, when they come in, it's usually because they want to connect to a loved one. They want to connect to someone, and they want to make them feel their presence, all right? Or they want to send them a message or a sign. But when it comes to ghosts, ghosts are imprints. They're not souls. They're kind of like roaming around saying, oh my God, I'm trapped. I'm trapped. Where do I go? I'll keep doing the same thing over and over again for centuries until someone comes along and helps me find the light. Hey, Cam. Hello, my darling. Of course, I always have your back. You have mine. And we're not going to tolerate crap and lies. That's for sure. Yes. Okay, where was I? We'll get back to that. Where was I? Oh, ghosts. Yeah. So these sometimes souls can be trapped between the two worlds. That happens, but usually when they're trapped, it's only for a certain period of time. It can be a few months, it can be a few years, but sense of time over there is very different to ours. Don't forget that. And then eventually, when they realize what they are and their energy starts fading, they usually cross over. So, yes, that happens. The other thing is that you might see imprints. So, if someone's energy or someone was very attached to a room, a house, a plot of land, whatever it is, right? Usually you will feel, or what we see as ghosts is usually the residual imprint, the residual energy, or an imprint of that soul. They cannot harm you. They cannot harm us. They're not going to say boo in the middle of the night, and scare you. All of that. It never happens. It hasn't happened. And I will share with you an experience I had. Yes, yes, chat. Say hello to our boy Campire. I love him. I don't loved him. I love him. That's an inside joke for Campire. All right, let me share a story with you. I don't know if I've shared this with you, but this is an example of a trapped soul, like a ghost. All right, the quotes goes for the ghosts and not for the trapped soul. So when I was living in Vienna, in Austria, the first house that we rented, it was like a duplex. So it was basically an apartment, but it had 2 floors. Now, the thing is, my husband and I are Aquarians. So sometimes we do things last minute. Sometimes we do things way ahead of time. So when we moved to Austria, we were a little bit last minute with regards to looking and finding a place. This was before we had kids. We had a dog and a cat. And so the issue was also that I had 2 slip discs. So that month, so 2 weeks before we were supposed to fly over and move to Austria, I was bedridden with sciatica. I was in pain. They kept telling me, you need surgery. You're not going to get well on your own, blah, 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 all of it. And I was like, oh God, we're moving in a couple of weeks. What are we going to do? So everything was sort of like, there was chaos. There was chaos. My husband had to fly over to Austria to find a flat. The first couple of days he was partying. Yeah, we were younger then. Yes, I would call him and I'm like, what did you see any place today? You didn't send me any pictures or anything. Yeah, I met with my friend. I did this, I did that. I was like, I'm in bed, I'm in pain, and we don't have a house and we're moving. So anyways, he found a place that was big enough for all of us. They allowed dogs and cats and all of it. And I hadn't seen it. The reason why I'm telling you all this is because I hadn't viewed that apartment before we rented it. So he saw it, he sent me pics. I said, looks good, book it, sign the papers, whatever, because we're moving. So when I flew over there, and I arrived there before he did, because I flew there because of my back, and he drove there because he needed to bring the car. And I remember as soon as I opened the door, you guys, I was like, whoa, I do not like how I feel, and I do not like this energy. And suddenly, oh my God, I've gone cold. I've gone cold just talking about it. And suddenly, as I was walking in, I had just put the key in. I was walking in. I was holding the cat box. I was just thinking for everything. A shadow just walked in front of me. Just a shadow man, not even a shadow man just walked in front of me. I was like, okay, this doesn't look good. Instantly, I had the heebie-jeebies. I just didn't feel good. But what can you do? What can you do? I mean, that was the only option. We had already signed the papers, 2 years, all of it. I didn't like it. But I decided to ignore it. And then, we had to wait for the things to arrive. We had to buy new furniture. There was a whole thing. So as soon as we settled at that apartment, that's when things started picking up. It got even worse when I got pregnant to my daughter. And because we spoke and we talked about poltergeists, it's not about, similar things happen, but not as dramatic. Okay. So things like, suddenly, like in the bedroom, we had these blackout curtains because the street lights would come in from the sides as well. So we had gotten these like really thick blackout curtains to block out the street light. The thing is, from the side, you still could get a little bit of light. So it wasn't pitch dark. It was never pitch dark in that bedroom. But here's the thing. And I want to say this, my husband, being an Aquarius with a Capricorn rising, and I'm mentioning his signs for those of you who are in astrology, and he has a moon in Aries. He's a skeptic. So he's very much about, he's very logical in his thinking. It doesn't mean he doesn't believe in souls and what I do or my abilities or things, but he's never had some kind of experience. He's someone that I need to see it with my own eyes in order for it to believe it. Now, here's the thing. He would wake up, my husband, at night, and he would say, it's so dark in here. Why has it got it's gotten so dark. And it was true. You would open it, we would open our eyes and we couldn't see anything. Usually when you open your eyes and there's a little bit of light coming in, and there's always some kind of light. You always have some kind of like little light in a bedroom, whether it's coming from your TV or whatever, your computer, whatever's electronic that you have, there's always some kind. It was pitch dark, and it started that way. Or we would hear someone walking up the stairs in the middle of the night. So many times my husband would like jump out of bed and like run and make noise. You know how you do with the grizzly bears where you try to become big and loud to scare off the grizzly bear? I don't know why my husband thought the grizzly bears were, they have entered our house, our apartment, but he would go, "Rawr!" Yeah. Oh Lord. And I'm telling you, we're a crazy family here. There was no one. There was no one. And it started getting worse and worse and worse, like the activity and the feeling and the darkness. And then I get pregnant. And then the closer I get to my due date, things got worse and worse and worse. Orbs everywhere. My dog, my cat were nervous a lot of time, or they would stare, or my dog would bark at something. My cat would just act weird. There was a lot of things happening. And I forgot about that. So in the middle of the night again, I've got goosebumps. In the middle of the night again, something broke a mug. We had left a mug on our kitchen counter, and something dropped, and it wasn't the cat, because unfortunately when that happened, our cat had passed. Was no longer with us. She was already quite old. So it wasn't the cat, it wasn't the dog, because it was a bulldog. He couldn't reach the counter, no way. And he was in our room. She was in our room. Why did I say he? She was in our room sleeping with us. So in our room. So it wasn't the dog. Something broke that. And the noise, it sounded so loud. And finally, what happened was, 1 week before I gave birth, I was in the bathroom. I was putting mascara on, and you know how you're leaning towards the mirror and you're putting mascara, but you're focusing on your eyelashes. And suddenly, as I'm leaning there and I'm putting mascara on, I see a man walking. Like, oh my God, it's just spooks. I'll tell the reason why I'm bringing it up. He was wearing a hat, and he just walked past the open bathroom door. And as I was like that, oh my God, I'm freaking out. So as I was like that, and I see that, and I do this, because I'm like, okay, I've got to see this. There's someone, because I couldn't tell if it was spirit or if it was a man. And when I turned right to look at the door, I saw this man wearing a hat come to me. You see the movies where you see this thing sliding like really fast. He starts screaming in my face. I could hear it. Like, you know how when you hear someone screaming next to you, like, that's exactly what I heard. Freaked me out, but I tried to stay calm. I was like, okay, do not, this thing, whatever it is, because at that point I was like, what's going on? Don't feed it with your fear. Stay strong, stay confident, and just be assertive and ask it to leave. Ask it to leave, because this is your space. He doesn't belong here. And that's exactly what I did. You guys, the corridor window just suddenly like slammed open. When I said that, there was a breeze came in. It was poltergeist activity, I can tell you, but it was not a poltergeist again. So you know what I did? So I tried connecting to this man, and I couldn't. I have my daughter. I give birth to her. We co-sleep. She was in our bed because she was feeding I was breastfeeding. I was nursing. So every 2 hours, so I was like so tired. I had her there with me. After 6 months, because of my back and my 2 slip discs, I decided it was time for her to move into her room, in her crib, because I needed a little bit. I was always sleeping like that. I had so many issues. And we had a baby monitor, one of those video ones. And I would always keep tabs. Every time I would put her in her crib in her room, she would scream bloody murder. She would be like, she would be standing. She was like 7, 8 months old. However, I don't remember exactly, but she was cruising. She could walk by holding the rails. And I remember I could see her. She was screaming, and all these orbs, there were orbs and orbs and orbs. And suddenly I see these dark orbs, these dark shadows circling around her. And she was screaming, screaming, screaming. The dog went upstairs and sat right by her bed and trying to protect her, our dog Mia. And she was screaming. As soon as I went upstairs, as soon as I walked the room, everything went quiet. Boom, boom. Everything stopped. I picked her up, took her with me, went to my bed, went to my room. She fell asleep. The next night, I'm like, okay, maybe this was a one-off thing. Maybe, I'll try it again. I tried again. It took her an hour to fall asleep. My husband was texting me from downstairs because he was like, she's still awake? What's going on? She was holding my little finger. I was sitting right next to her on the floor. And she was calm, and I thought she was asleep, and she was asleep. So a tippy toe out of there. As soon as I go downstairs, I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch my favorite movie. We're going to sit here, going to chill. I'm going to have a little bit of wine. She started screaming bloody murder again. And I should have used this Halloween music that I have. But anyways, yeah. Scary, right? Okay, let's get in the mood. And I go back up. You guys, as soon as I walked around the corner to enter her room, I see this flash of white light just pass in front of the door. Those were her angels. Those were her guides. They had come in to protect her from this soul. Is this distracting? Is the music distracting? Maybe it is. So what happened was, after that, I called the Paranormal Society of Vienna, because we were living in Vienna, and I reached out to them. I told them what had been going on. I told them what I was doing. I told them I'm a psychic medium, but I feel this is personal, and I need help getting rid of this man, of this soul. So I got in touch with one of their mediums and their paranormal investigators, and they came, and instantly they said, oh yeah, the energy here is really, really bad. Something bad has happened here, but not specifically in our apartment, but in that block, so where the building was. And she's like, this man is not leaving because he lost a child, a girl. Do you see the coincidence? Do you see the synchronicity here? Do you see where this is all going? And he hasn't crossed over because he's stuck here because he's looking for his little girl. And I'm like, okay, that's really odd, because usually when someone dies, you have your guides and your loved ones who come in to help you cross over, to make you feel safe. And they said, yes, but he refused to, because the person who came in wasn't his child. It was his guide, and he did not recognize his guide, and he freaked out. So he stayed behind, and he's now roaming the whole block. And he won't let go because he's looking for his daughter. And as soon as we acknowledged that, and as soon as I realized that this was a soul who was still carrying his human pain with him, I became very, very respectful towards him. So instead of because usually I would be rude. I'm like, leave me alone, or you're not allowed here, or you're not welcome. I was just trying to be assertive to show him, hey, this is my space. You're not welcome here. You're freaking out my daughter and my pets. and my dog specifically. So just go. And then my tune changed, and we, together with this other medium, we eventually helped him cross over, go into the light, etc. But that could be for someone. For instance, because of the abilities I have, and I've always, since I've been a kid, I've always seen souls, spirits, guides, angels, weird things, all of it. Right. So I'm not afraid of it anymore. I used to be, but I'm not, because I know that I have the power. I'm the human being. This is my space. It's just like when you welcome someone at your home. If you don't like the way they behave, if you feel threatened, you can kick them out, because that's your space. That's your home. Same applies with souls and spirits and ghosts. So when I realized that we need to acknowledge what is happening here and just talk to the soul and ease him towards the light, he will eventually do that. We did that, and that happened. Everything changed in that house after that. Everything. Like everything just it was quiet. It was quiet. And 2 months later, I got pregnant again with my son. And then when I was pregnant with my son, I told my husband, we're moving again. I'm not staying here, because our lease had expired and everything. So I said, we're done. We're leaving this place. But that's an example of how this whole lore of poltergeists started. Because there are spirits that are powerful and have very powerful energy and presence to them that can be confused to poltergeist, but all they need is just souls that need attention. That's it. It's not a poltergeist. It's not there to harm you. This man, this soul was not there to harm me or my daughter. He was drawn by her, especially when I was pregnant. So he was drawn to her, and then she was born, and he was actually there to protect her because he had lost his child. But because this was a soul that was somewhat lost and confused, the way he went about it was very scary. All right, it was intense. Yeah, that's one of the story. I don't know if anyone has any short stories to share. I would love to hear them. Yes, my compassion, and that applies for human beings as well. That applies for human beings as well. So, something happened on Friday during Zach's live. I don't know, Zach Peter. I don't know if some of you were there. I saw you there. Danny was definitely there. Anyways, as you know, there's a huge fallout between them. It really escalated on Friday. I was there. There are things that involve me, myself, and I as well. But here's the thing, and I want to go back to Val. There's a lot I could have said during that live to Jason and to Adam that I didn't. The reason why was I did not believe that when someone is trying to harm you, or when someone has done shady things and said terrible things about you, it's not the solution, or the resolution is not always to attack it or address it, or try to put your point across, because sometimes people cannot see what they've done wrong, and they cannot accept what you're saying. So I decided on Friday I was going to and let it go, which is what I advised Zach. Move on from that. It's a lot of people were hurt. That's facts. I myself as well was very hurt by things that were said and done. But I do not wallow in that. My life is not defined by anyone or anyone's actions. And sometimes, even with, just like with that soul, You have to be more compassionate and give them grace and give them the time to grow, heal from their own trauma, their own issues, and for them to understand what they've done wrong. And hopefully, they might come back to you at some point in the future, acknowledging their mistakes. And then you can have a conversation and hopefully resolve things, or just accept that some things may never be resolved because they're not meant to. So, compassion goes a long way. I agree, whether it's with spirits or with people. No, I wasn't expecting that to happen either. I was so what happened was Zach called me just before we went live and he said, I'm going to address this. There are things. I was very close to Jason, by the way, but I got really hurt by things, never spoke publicly. I will not come out. I will not say anything publicly. I will not give out details or anything because to me it doesn't matter anymore. I'm done. I've moved on. I'm done. It's not, it doesn't affect my life. But what happened is that he said, listen, I want to address this. It's going to be 5 minutes. Are you okay with that? Or shall we reschedule? And I said, I'm fine, but don't bring me on when you're on your rant, just because I had a feeling that Adam and Jason would be watching the live. And I said, just bring me up once you're done. But obviously, Zach went on a rant and he went nuclear. And I was backstage and I was seeing the chat. So I was kind of like joining in the chat. And then there was a whole thing with Jason happening in the chat. Zach mentions the fact that Jason called me really bad things, and Adam, they've said really horrible things about me. And suddenly he just brings me up without any notice. And at that point I was like, okay, I'm not ready for this. I needed to gather my thoughts. I needed to compose myself. But I kept my mouth quiet, shut. I just didn't. What I advised Zach is what I follow my own advice, and what I advise everyone is that sometimes, as hurtful as something may be or someone has been towards you, sometimes you really need to let it go. Sometimes you're not going to we don't get the resolution that we want or we expect every time. Sometimes if we can't meet in the middle, it means that we just need to go off on different directions and mind our own business and do our own thing. So yeah, I'm addressing that. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, trust me, I went on a rant. I mean, after that poor Kempire, I was just so with people who have passed, saying a lot of things. Yes, that's the thing. People who are heavily sick or they're on their way out, they do receive a lot of visitations because deceased loved ones, their spirit team, their guides are around them. They are preparing them for the transition. Yeah. I'm not a tea channel. I'm not a commentator. I do not want to bring that kind of energy here on my channel, because I don't want it taking away from the things that we're saying. I want to keep things more positive, even when we talk about not so positive things and dark things. It's not, I don't do it in my real life. Why should I do it here on YouTube? Just so it can get more subs and for people to talk about me? This is not what I want. And again, I was hurt, but I've moved on. So there's nothing else I have to say. What I had to say, I said it to Jason a year and a half ago. So, that's it. Yeah, he was, but he's angry. He's hurt. He's angry. No, it's just me. Just that usually got a mark somewhere. Let's see. No, it had affected me. It had affected me. I was affected by it, but I'm not affected by it now. I worked on myself. I tried to see things, I kind of like stepped out of my emotions and my ego, and I tried to see things differently. That's how I worked around it, and that's fine. It's just what really pisses me off and what really hurts me is that they continue to badmouth me, badmouth Kempire, who I adore and love, and I will always, always, always support and be by Kempire no matter what. And that's part of the reason why they got angry and they started doing crap and saying crap. It was because of Kempire. But I'm not going to say any more, because if Kempire wants to come out publicly and speak of it, that's fine. I've said what I've said. I'm not going to give out any more information, because I hope this drama, this tension dies down. I really that I told Zach this as well. Stop it. Stop it. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. There's nothing out. There's nothing more to say. There's nothing more to do. There's nothing else, you know? And even the subscribers, the fans are tired of it. So let's all move on from this. Let's all move on from this. At the end of the day, it's what I was telling Kempire the other day. I'm like, you know what? The Middle East is burning. Southeast of Florida was underwater, and there's so much destruction. People have lost their homes. There's a financial crisis. There's so many issues out there, and here we are arguing, fighting, creating videos, talking about things that are trivial, because they are trivial. At the end of the If you look at things from the grand scheme of things, this is trivial. It's not. No one died. No one harmed anyone. No one did anything horrific or criminal to someone else. So yeah, those are my thoughts and words towards that. I had my dad across over. He kept entering my space until finally I realized it was him, and I helped him cross, and he stopped coming in the house. Yeah, he wanted your attention. He wanted your attention, Kelly. Oh, that's wonderful. Sometimes they just want to make sure that you're fine. And if you just tell them you're fine and it's okay for them to cross over completely, that's all they need. Because don't forget that once they cross over, they go through they go through this quiet, there's like a quiet room, a quiet space, purgatory, if you will, where you literally just go over your life. It's like watching a movie. You sit there and you see your whole life, the good, the bad, the mistakes, all of it. And you've got to stay in there and really come together and understand, did you fulfill your contract? What could you have done better? What have you learned, etc. And when you're ready, you come out of that, and then you're integrated with your pod, with your soul family, with the rest of the spirit fam. So it's sometimes they just want that. They want to make sure that we are okay before they completely just cross over and leave, because it takes a while for them. Once they're in that room, in that quiet room, in that life review room, what happens is it takes a while. That's why usually, and you've heard me say this with Liam Payne, for instance, I said, it's too soon for me to read him because they need time. They need time. They're usually on earth. They're usually around us until their funeral. They stick around until their funeral. And after that, that's when normally they cross over. So they're around because they too need to say their goodbyes. But thank you for the super. Thank you, Mila or Mila. Thank you so much for the super. I really appreciate that. Let's see. I'm a bit behind with the spooky. What is happening in New Orleans with true vampire? We see that in TikTok. What about true vampires? Vampires exist in the sense that, not in the sense of like Anne Rice and all that, but they do exist in the sense that they are humans that do like the smell, the taste of blood. And there are humans who are more there, who they're more themselves, or they're more alert at night. But I do not believe, because I've never seen vampires, where they're like coming out at night. They sleep in coffins. They come out at night, and they can only survive because of blood. So I'm not sure what you are referring to here, because I haven't seen it on TikTok. Thank you, Danny. I really, really appreciate that. Um, yeah, I have to. You have to. I wasn't there. I did not want to feed and fuel the fire, because to me, and I've told this Zach on the phone, like, we've spoken so many times, and I've told this to Zach too. There's no point. There's absolutely no point. You know who these people are. You can, when someone shows you who they are, honestly, take that for granted. Believe that. Don't try to change the narrative. Don't try to change them. Don't try to change how you see things. Don't try to excuse it. If you're able to see what someone's like, and they show you who they are, then that's all you need. That's all the evidence you need for you to move away, to step away from that. And that's exactly what I did. Obviously, Zach is more emotionally attached. So obviously, he's going to react in a different way. I'm also older than Zach, so I have a little bit more experience, I guess. It's, you know, we were all hurt. And the things that I found out that were said, and a lot of people came out of the woodworks after Friday, DM'd me and told me things that I knew that those were, that they had said these things about me, but now it completely validated, because shocking. But you know what? It's water off my back. It's water off my back. I love you too. I love you too. Uh, Exactly. Exactly. This community is so soulful. It's so much. This community is so incredibly valuable to me, because every single one of you who are here, we're all like-minded, soulful people. We're positive people. We're here to learn. We're here to do good. And I want to keep it this way. So I'm not bringing any drama, any gossip, anything in here, because I do not want that energy in here. This is not the place, the space, the time, any of it. Any of it. And there's a lot. There's so much that I could. You know what? If I wanted to be a T channel, commentary channel, Bravo channel, it would be easy for me. The stuff I know, because as you know, I'm very connected to everyone. A lot of people come to me for readings or advice, where I'm friendly with people. But that's not who I am. I don't care. I genuinely care about people. I genuinely care to help people, and I want to keep it that way. Yes, absolutely. We all want drama free, because we can get drama from the Housewives. We can get drama from any other show if we want to. Wow, we've got drama in our own lives. A lot of us watch YouTube or Housewives because we want to get away. We want to escape from our own drama, our own problems. So, and then you're sitting there, you're watching YouTube, your favorite content creator, and suddenly there's drama. It's exhausting. So that's what I'm saying. Yes, yes. I love Campire too. We all love Campire. And obviously, we're not going to allow for anyone to badmouth Campire, or try to defame Campire, or try to ruin his reputation. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. I won't. And that's where it all started. That's where it all started. I'm not going to give out details. Yeah, but I mean, things have been said about him. And yes, a lot of embellishments, a lot of things. So if he wants to talk about it publicly, he'll do it. If he doesn't, he won't. Oh, Romo, thank you guys. And thank you for anyone under Zach's video who left comments and in support of me and Campire, of course. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's a good question. How many souls are in a soul pod? So there could be, I don't know the answer to that. It depends. There are many, 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 many souls in the soul pod. And don't forget that they're in and out because they incarnate, they're in, they're out. So I do not have the answer to that, but many, many souls. Yeah. You know, when it first aired, The Good Life, I was so intrigued by it. The season 1 was great. Season 1 was absolutely great, and I like Kristen Bell as well, as a comedian, as an actress. It is kind of true, yeah. If you look at it, let me tell you, I've said this before. I think it's still on YouTube. Everyone, go watch. This is the one that is close. This movie that I'm going to recommend to you now is the closest thing to what it's like in the spirit world. And I also recommend that you read his book. So I've spoken to him about it, but for me, he's up here, right? He's Chico Xavier. He was Mexican. He's no longer with us. Now, he's written books. He was illiterate and he wrote these books. How? His guide helped him. He couldn't write, but his guide helped him. Everything that's in the books are through his guides. I don't remember his guide's name, but it's mentioned in the books. Now, one of his books is called No Solar, because not Mexican, I'm sorry, Brazilian. He was Brazilian. No Solar. Let me Google this real quick. What's the English translation? Because you can watch the Brazilian movie on YouTube with subtitles. Highly, highly recommended. Google it. Nosolar, Nosso, one word, LAR. But let me real quick, if you wanna, so good, and very close to being accurate as to what the spirit world is like. Mind you, there's a lot of, because Chico Xavier was very, very religious, mind you, there are religious symbolisms and a lot references in the movie. If that's bothering you, ignore them. That's not the essence of it. Hold on, let me see. Nosolar book in English. Is that it? An account. Okay, it's called Nosolar in English as well. An account of life in a spirit colony in the world of spirits. That's the name, I think. Just Google it, Nosolar, you'll find it. You will love it. Absolutely love it. I've read his books. I highly recommend you read his books as well. Chico Xavier. A smell cigarette smoke in the basement told my. That's another way where they make their presence known is through smell. Like if they smoked pipes or cigars or cigarettes, or there's some type of cologne, for instance. Yes, they will leave that smell around for you to pick it up and feel their essence, their energy around you. I'm so sorry, Intergalactic Defender. We'll see. Well, ask me that question in. Wait, I'll keep it here and I'll get back to that in a minute because I need to. Because now I'm focusing on this, and I will connect to. I'll see if I can connect. and it's not spiritual. What's going on? It could be spiritual. It could very well be spiritual. For instance, yesterday I did a quick reading for a friend over the phone, and then while I was reading, my ears just started ringing. And it was because I was tuning in to the vibration of that reading. So, like one ear felt like it popped, and then the other one was ringing unexpectedly. So, it could be spirit, it could be a change of vibration around you, it could be some kind of visitation because they have to change their frequency. We have different frequencies to soul. So, when they pop in, when they come in order for them to be felt, all right, and in order for them to be able to interact with us, they have to change their frequencies. So the energy, the frequencies around us change, and they manifest themselves. It could be ringing, ears ringing. It could be tingling, the feeling of tingling, hot and cold sensations, etc. Have you already stored about souls leaving a plane that isn't there? No, but I will be doing a video on these TikTok conspiracy theories, lores, etc. So I need to make a note of that, and I will include that. I'm going to do a members live on that. It's going to be fun. So come in with your TikTok conspiracies and lores and whatnot questions there. Lady Rivera, you are such an angel. Oh, you guys, everyone drop hearts for Lady Rivera for gifting 10 memberships. You're a star. Aw. I wish Norma was here because Norma wants, I wanted Norma to get a membership. Yep. We all do. We all do. Okay, so is there anything to say about Halloween being a time for dark souls and portals to come out? Should we not celebrate it? Not sure if Halloween's celebrated outside the US or not. Good question. Let's get to a little bit to the Halloween stuff. Let's talk about Halloween superstitions, and then we'll get to the readings, everyone. Oh, before I answer that, there isn't a join button. Unfortunately, not on your phone. I don't know why YouTube does that, why their user experience is so crap on the phone. It is crap. The UI UX on mobile is terrible. You can only do it on PC, and it's a join button right next to the subscribe button. So I really don't know why it is as it is. So let's talk about, I see, let's see. Okay, wait, Eric, I'm starting your question. Sorry. All right, Simon, I'll get to, Eric, I'll get to you in a minute. So I want to talk about Samhain, which is the Celtic festival. And that's how Halloween started, everyone, because it is rooted, if you don't know this, in the Celtic festival of Samhain. And that was celebrated on October 31st, which is what we call now Halloween, because it marked the end of the harvest season and the beginning of the winter season or winter time. And also part of that celebration was the celebration of the thinning of the veil to the spirit world too, because the Celts did believe that during this time, an portal opened up and spirit souls were able to come into our world and gift us with their presence and just gift us with knowledge and just be part of our world for just that day, the day of Halloween. Now, some of the superstitions, let me bring them up. This is where you can hear it. So let's talk about how some of these traditions and superstitions started when it comes to Halloween. So, for instance, wearing costumes. During Samhain, people fear that vengeful spirits or mischievous fairies might interfere with their lives. So they disguise themselves to trick those spirits into thinking they are one of them, thus avoiding harm or possessions. Spiritually, this practice reflects the idea of self-protection and transformation, which is why we dress up and we wear costumes during Halloween. This is to off the spirits and the ghouls and the fairies. Next, we have leaving food. Celts would leave food outside their doors or set up special tables with offerings for the wandering spirits and for the ancestors too. By honoring spirits, people believe they could secure blessings and protection for the winter months, and this just completely demonstrates the importance of ancestor validation as well. This was their way of saying, do not possess my house, do not possess me, I'll leave out food for you, we are good here. All right, the next one is the jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins, carving them out. The original jack-o'-lanterns were carved from turnips or potatoes in Ireland and Scotland and were used to ward off a spirit called Stingy Jack, who was said to roam the earth after tricking the devil. The eerie faces carved into these vegetables were meant to scare off any wandering spirits, and that's why we have them and we see them everywhere, and that's why we carve pumpkins, because we moved from turnips and potatoes to pumpkins. Look nicer. All right, the next one is, no, we did that one, sorry. Avoiding mirrors. The mirrors have long been associated with the supernatural, often seen as portals or gateways for the spirit world. Halloween, people avoided mirrors out of fear they might glimpse the dead or even see a premonition of their own death. The superstition stems from the belief that mirrors reflect not just the physical self, but also the spirit or the soul. Do you know that about mirrors? I know that in the Yiddish and the Jewish culture, the Jewish do that. When they are mourning a loss and they're grieving, they cover the mirrors. Bonfires were central to Samhain celebrations, symbolizing light and warmth as protection against the dark cold winter. But also, people would light large fires and carry flames because it was a way of bringing Samhain's protective energy into their homes. Because fire is also purifying, so that way they would ward off the bad spirits and kind of like keep around the good spirit. Another tradition and superstition is walking between candlelit lanterns. So they would put these candlelit paths with these lanterns because they thought that it would reveal omens of the coming year. This ritual was a way to connect with the spirit world and guidance. And it's exactly what we do when we start reading. I just wanted to create atmosphere, Halloween atmosphere. So the same way that we use candles to start to open communication and open our circle with spirit guides, that's exactly why they would use lanterns at Samhain and in the Celtic, and back in the day in the Celtic culture. Let me see what you guys are saying. Oh no, don't tell me. No one could hear me because of the music. Damn it. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay, never using that again. No, someone's got their membership. What was that? Oh my God, it sounded very Texan for a second. Is the movie Winchester based on a true story? Because I'm hearing it's the most haunted place ever. Winchester Palace? Like Winchester who? They're haunted. A lot of these historical places, of course, carry a lot of energy and residual energy. So yeah, they're haunted in that sense. I want to go back to Eric's question. Okay, there we go. Um, my grandmother passed. I felt a hand press on my side while I was in the kitchen. No one was there. I knew immediately that her time was ending. It was oddly comforting. Was your grandmother in a hospital? Was she in bed? Was she very, very poorly when this happened? Because I'll tell you what happens. A lot of times when a loved one is very, very sick, they're on their deathbed. Um, I keep doing these quotes. I apologize. I keep catching myself doing these air quotes. It's because I have a 13-year-old daughter and she speaks in air quotes. So we do this all the time. So I apologize. It's annoying. It annoys me. It's the same thing with the tapping and scratching, the thing that they do on TikToks and ASMR. It pisses me off. Okay. So if she was, what happens is they're in and out. A lot of times when they're someone's very heavily sick and they're about to exit, they're about to cross over, they're in and out of their body. So it could have been your grandmother who had stepped out of her body, knowing where she was going, knowing that her time in the physical world is up, and coming to somewhat like uh comfort you and warn you in a sense and tell you, I'm right here. I'm right here. My soul, my spirit is right here. Even when my body goes, I'm still here. So that is beautiful. They always have a way of sending us signs before they exit. It's their way of preparing us for what's to come. So I think that's absolutely beautiful. Uh, okay, I'm glad. The tiny bit too loud. Okay. All right. Thank you. Oh, I would like to know. In Sweden, said that you can stand in front of a mirror and call upon Black Madam, and she's supposed to appear and tell you about your future. Is it true? Who's the Black Madam? Um, no one can tell you your future unless you have tapped into your psychic abilities. Because I won't stop saying it. We're all psychic. We all have psychic abilities. There is no spirit. No spirit, soul, deceased loved one is going to come through and tell you when you're going to pass, what's going to happen. They can give you insights, usually to help you decipher, understand things, or give you clarity, but it's not that they're going to, come in and become this someone who just reveals your future to you. So all these are urban legends, they're lores. They start from somewhere for sure, but I don't know. I don't believe this. But I do believe, I'll tell you something about mirrors. One way, and one very powerful, but you have to be ready and in a place to do it. Way to connect to your soul, okay? Not your emotions, but your core, your soul, is if you look in the mirror, you just stare in the mirror, you stare at yourself in the mirror. Uh, oh, what was I going to say? Preferably naked. I know it sounds weird, but preferably naked because you don't want the distraction of what you're wearing. So, for instance, with this, if I did it, I would be a little bit distracted with the colors, etc. You have to be naked because this is you. This is your pure form. This is your body. This is how you were born. You're naked. You stare at yourself in the mirror for as long as you need, okay? And you allow for your soul to speak to you. This is a very powerful thing to do. Very powerful. If you want to do it, do it. I mean, Halloween night would be the perfect time to do it because the veil is thinning. You'll be very much connected and you will feel strongly your guides and deceased loved ones. But I have to warn you, be ready because you can get very, very emotional and a flood of feelings are gonna come in. Just be ready for that. So working with a mirror, I find very, very powerful. It indeed can help you connect to the spirit world, but I do not believe that there are entities, souls, demons, whatever it is that come through mirrors, either to attack you, either to predict your future, or anything like that. My dad passed away in May. I didn't get to say my goodbyes. Does he have any messages? Wait, 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 everyone. I'm not open yet. Business is not open yet. No, I'm joking. I need to connect, you see. It's both were talking to people that were not there before they passed. Yeah. I've seen this so many times. 3 times as a kid and teen, you immediately feel the shift. Yes. You know what? I love chateaus and castles and all these like museums and stuff because of the energies, because of the spirits and the imprints and everything. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. But one thing I wouldn't, and I'm bringing a paranormal investigator by the way. She's coming on in November. So she's psychic medium astrologer. She's a femme, astrologer, psychic medium, and paranormal investigator. So that's going to be a fun one. But one thing I would never be is a paranormal investigator because it's not out of fear. It's just, it's too much for me. Too much. Eric says, yes, she's ill. We did know at the time it would be a deathbed. We hoped she would improve. My mother said my grandmother was seeing spirits and family members the past decades. So they're all here. The ancestors are all here to come and get her. She's lucky. She's a lucky one. She's got all these people, all these souls around her. So she is going to be a very peaceful passing for her. And I can already sense that she's looking forward to. She's allow her to pass on. Sometimes because we love our loved ones, it's so hard for us to let go. And sometimes we can be a little bit, again, with the air quotes, selfish with regards to not allowing them to go. But Eric, I would say that talk to her and tell her it's okay for her to go because I do feel that she's ready. She wants to. Tell her it's fine, that it's time for her to go, and you're okay with that, and you're happy with that because you know that she's going to come back to you, and you will see her, feel her, and you'll be able to talk to her, and you'll be able to connect with her. So it's not goodbye, it's see you later. I have been predicting as of late has been wild. More and more people, as we're entering now this this new era. I was trying to find a word for it. This is a new era for humanity, for the world, for the collective. More and more people are going to be tapping into their psychic abilities. More and more people will be able to do what I do and help themselves and others. And I think that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So work on yourselves. Get a deck. Always tarot, oracle cards are a great way to start. Take psychic development classes if you're interested. Meditate, 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 and you will see how you will connect. Your connection to spirit is going to get even stronger. My mom wouldn't pass until my sister told her she would be okay. See, sometimes that's all they need. That's all they need. And especially if you see them talking to deceased loved ones, if you see that they're super bright and alert one minute and very catatonic the next, just give them the grace and tell them it's time for you to go. We're okay with that. We're happy for you to go. We love you. We'll see you later. We're going to be right here. Uh Oh, there you are, Camp. There you are. Yes, naked, naked. You don't need to stare at yourself, at your body if you don't want to, but naked. You don't want any distractions. You want to be at your purest form, the form and the way that you were when you came into this world. There shall not be, oh, what? There shall not be found among you any who use divination or an enchanter or witch or charmer or consider, oh, all right. Okay. Tarot Destroyer, please, please, mods, do something. Enough. Enough of this. Spooky question. The black-eyed kid story, like the one come to us, is true. These are all lores. These are all lores. They start from somewhere, and you know how it is. It's just like the game of broken telephone. You say one thing, and then by the end, it reached the other person. It is yeah. All right, hold on, everyone. Okay. Thanks, Kemp. Okay, I got rid of that spammer right there. Yeah, I mean, once in a while we'll get those. We'll get those. I watch my favorite drama, Haunting, Spiritual Haunting in the House. Oh, that was fast. Yay! So Kemp voted for everyone in the US. Go vote. This is important. Your vote counts. Every vote counts. Regardless where you live in the world, if it's election time, go vote. It's important. If you want to change the future of your country, the future of your kids, vote. There you go. That was my PSA. Nobody knows. Someone of you love it. Okay. I started with the tarot and then got into astrology, numerology, scrying, started my spiritual journey back at the beginning of the pandemic, went down the rabbit hole. You see, in hindsight, the pandemic was not all that bad for humanity. Granted, people lost their lives, people exited, a lot of bad things happened, but I do believe for the collective, it was exactly what we needed. Slow down, tap into your natural abilities, tap into your gifts, to your talents. Just slow down, take a breather, relearn or reacquaint yourself with yourself. Okay, I'm back with okay. No, they were here earlier. They were here earlier, but I don't know. I know Isa, is she still here, this Tara? Because I did ban her, so she's gone. Okay. No, it's all right, you guys. I got rid of her. I don't know. Isa was sick, so probably she's not feeling well and she got off. I don't know where Alexis is. Anyway, she's out of the room, so we don't care. Why is she back? Okay, hold on. Tarot Destroyer, can you just, oh Lord. Yeah, I'll put you, hold on. Danny, I'm gonna add you as a mod. Just give me a second. Okay, that's my voice. Go to add as a moderator. Okay, Danny, I made you a mod. Thank you. I know. Why Val? Poor Val. What was that? You guys, let's laugh. Let's laugh with all these crazies. All right, everyone. Is everyone ready for the readings? Who's scaring you? That won't. No, don't be scared. That's exactly what you want. Yeah, probably. Yes, Val, we love you. I mean, she just probably you're the first name she saw and she picked on you. She's gone. She's done. We're good. Thank you. Danny's our mod now. Thank you, Danny. All right, Val, I'm a Scorpio. Oh, Val with 29 degrees of North Node in Scorpio. You don't get scared. You can scare. 29 degrees of Scorpio. Wow. Danny, Val, are you feeling very, so is your intuition very heightened at 29 degrees as well, especially now, Scorpio season and this week and everything going on? Wow. Yeah, Val can hold her own. Whoa, she's a powerhouse. Happy Scorpio season. All right, let's start doing some readings. All right, so let's do this. The rules again, call in using the link provided in the chat. I will add it down below. I will not do, I will do tarot or oracles. Will not, unless someone pops in from the spirit, because it's a lot right now. It's a live stream. There's a lot of people here. There's a lot of energies. Unless someone pops in, like a deceased loved one for one of you, let's stick to one question. And these are tarot questions or oracle questions. All right. So again, we'll prioritize members and super chats just so we keep an order with this alive. All right. Southside says, Sagittarius, I want to know my fans. Okay, let's start with Southside until people drop their questions. Oh my, okay. She's back. She's back. How are you? You're banned, Destroyer, and you better leave. This is a bot. This some kind of bot. Danny, do your thing. Do your thing. All right, because I need to focus on your readings and not on the Tarot Destroyer. I can actually troll her back. Okay, perfect, Danny. Thank you. I can still see, though, Tarot Destroyer. I don't know why. Oh, those bots. Those trolls, bots, whatever it is. Okay, so wait. Okay. She's just spamming the chat and I'm losing. I don't know what's going on. All right, where was I? Okay, I'm Sagittarius. I want to know if my finances will improve. Okay, I will also drop the link real quick. If anyone wants to call in. Okay. If I marry my significant other, and what direction will my career go? Okay, those are too many. I need one question. That's like, we need a spread for all this. I need one specific question because we need to be fast because there's so many people who want a reading. Which one do you want me? Okay, I'll just answer your finances since that seems to be the thing. So, okay. Nine of Swords. Wow, you're stressed. You're very stressed about your finances. It seems that, did you recently change jobs or maybe even left a job? Because what I'm getting here is something around your job, it seems, is very, very stressful. And I do feel that something is being cut financially for you. The moon. Does your partner know? I mean, I'm sorry. I'm blurting out what I'm feeling and I'm seeing. Okay. But meaning the moon here just shows me that there is something underlying when it comes to your finances. And when I said, does your partner know, not whether you have a job or not, but does your partner know maybe that you what kind of expenses you have or how much you spend. But I do see that in about the next 2 years is going to be flat. Finances are going to be fluctuating, but eventually you will get to a place where you're financially comfortable and good and happy and secure. Hope that helps, Southside. Can you give me specific questions, please? It helps. It's much easier because don't forget this. We have a lot of people here. It's alive and I want to move things fast. Ashley, thank you. Are my current partner and I completely over? Is it just a rough patch? I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. This is for Ashley. Ooh. Ace of Wands. Hold on. Let's see. That was a jumper card. I just want to pull one more. Four of Cups. You still want each other, Ashley. I don't feel it's completely over. All right. There is still a big chance for you to work things out. I do believe that you love your partner and you're still attracted to your partner and you still want your partner. And I believe there is passion in your relationship, which might be why there is a lot of tensions and there is a rough patch right now. It's affected you. I see that with the Four of Cups. I do see you're very sad and you're worried about where this is all leading. And it seems to me it also started a few months ago, this rough patch. Nine of Wands, you're not, I feel that you're not taking initiative. So when it comes to what do I mean by that? I mean that I feel like you're more guarded and you're not moving in any direction, and meaning you're not deciding to leave, but you're not deciding to stay either. You're kind of like, let's see where this takes us. And you're sort of standing back a little bit. You're giving your partner space. But to me, with this, seems it's more of a rough patch. You're going through a bump right now, but I do believe that if you admit to yourself what you really want, I do believe from this relationship, I do believe that things can will work out for you. She's back. Oh my God. Okay, Orchid. Okay. Tarot Destroyer, you've been destroyed. Okay, what are my brothers and wives' intentions for suddenly coming around? Oh. Did they ask for money? Are they in need? Something around their home. I just picked up something's happening around their house or their home as well. King of Cups, Four of Wands. Yeah. Something around money, your home, their home as well. Did they just come around and are they acting as if everything's fine and nothing happened in the past? And, does it feel a little bit awkward? Because this is how it feels to me with them. King of Swords. Yeah, definitely has some kind of intention, your brother here. And he's not going to. You'll find out very, very soon what those intentions are. And partly they have to do with inheritance or money as well. I've been thinking a lot lately of writing the GED exam. Will I pass? I cannot give you that. I get a lot of these questions about passing and stuff. You haven't even, right. So if you were now in the middle of the exams, I would be able to see an outcome. But since you haven't even taken that exam, there is no outcome because that future or that path hasn't unfolded yet. Sorry, Sidium, but that's how it works. You can ask me another question. Oh my God, she's back. Yeah, don't pick a fight with Scorpio. That's what I always say. Scorpio moon here. That's another reason why I don't like public rifts and drama and stuff, because I have a Scorpio moon, and if that gets activated, to quote Lindsay Hubbard from Summer House, if that gets activated, I can go very, very low and very dirty, and not below the belt, but I can because I have these abilities that I can hit places where they hurt. So I do not want to tap into that side of me. Um, and of course, I'm much older now, more experienced, more mature. So I don't, and I won't. I have self control. I have plumbing in my house. Is going to stop, or do I need to sue? Oh no. Builder of, what do you mean? I have plumbing in my house. Is going to stop, or do I need to sue? Do you have some kind of leak or some kind of flood at home? Hold on. Uh, it's a lot. It seems to me it's a lot more complicated. It's not just, you don't just need a plumber. It seems it's more than it's a foundational thing. It has to do, because I'm being shown like there's the plumbing and stuff. But there's also some kind of issue beneath that, whether with the static of your home, if that makes sense, because that's what I heard. So it's a bigger issue. So you will have to talk to your homeowner, to your landlord or the homeowner. I don't know what the situation is here, but yeah, you might even need to sue. But hold on, let me pull a card or two. The World, Ten of Swords. Yeah, yeah. You may even have to sue, or I see you leaving that home, Jam. I see you moving out. Not now, but I do see you moving out, like within the next year. Yes. Yeah, but it's a little bit harder here on a live, because there's so many people and I'm picking it up, and I'm not I, sometimes I wonder how, like, these mediums like John Edward and Tyler Henry and what's her name? Um Teresa Caputo, how they do it, where they have these big rooms and they just connect to all these spirits. I guess they've been doing it for so long, they're able to do it in a way where they protect themselves. I'm not there yet, where I can just have like a huge room, like 500 people, and I'm like able to. I would go crazy. Like, I would go crazy. I would have all these souls, and then I would want to like talk to everyone. It would be a lot, and then I would get overwhelmed. But I could always try. I could always try. Ooh, will my wedding planner business be successful? I'll just give you what I heard, okay, from my guides. They said, how about maybe sort of drifting away from the wedding planning and maybe do party planning or graduation party planning, or because I'm seeing kids. And when I mean kids, I don't just mean toddlers and little kids, but I mean like just anyone who's under 18. I mean minors, right? So minors is a horrible word because now it's connected, but you know what, like under 18. And so that's what I saw. I feel that that's the direction that eventually you'll be taking, and it will be very successful. Let me pull the card so I can show you. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, 10 of Cups, there you go. Successful. Eight of Wands. I'm telling you, you're going to have opportunities. It's not just going to be wedding planning. I feel it's going to start as wedding planning, but it's going to veer towards a different direction, which is going to be even more successful. Yay, Yvonne. Once you're ready, let us know and we can promote it here. Femmies for Femmies, remember? We do this where I always love to give shout outs and promote your businesses, Femi. So if you have a small business, you're starting a business, anything it is, I'm here to support you. I'm at fork in the road with my significant other. And is this who should I be with or should I move on? Oh, this one, this one just jumped out. Are you going through a very, very rough patch right now? Because this is what I'm seeing and feeling. King of Wands, Eight of Cups. Ouch. Abby, the decision is ultimately yours, but it feels to me there's a lot of pain, a lot of hurt and resentment between you, and especially, well, I'm reading you right now. So, and I don't know if you are at a place where you're willing and able to kind of work on these resentments and work on these things. I feel you're fed up, and I feel you're the one who's going to be leaving this relationship. I'm sorry to say. You're in law enforcement. Okay, thank you, Southside. Hello, I'm a Virgo sun, a Libra moon, ascendant in Aquarius. What should I do with my career? Virgo sun, Libra moon, Aquarius. I mean, I cannot give you like an occupation or profession, but I can just connect and see if I get anything from my guides. Okay, I don't know, Guzzerful or someone in the chat, but I saw flowers and I saw like a little flower shop. I don't know if that applies for you though. I keep seeing flowers around. So it could be someone. Does any one of you in the chat have a flower shop or thinking about opening a flower shop, or you do flower arrangements or anything of that nature? Okay. Food and like I heard food and beverage industry. Does that resonate with you? Because that's what I got loud and clear for you, Guzzerful. Paula, will my financial situation improve soon? Are you part-time? Are you working part-time? Yep. Job. It's about your job, King of Cups. Ooh, good news. So are you in between jobs? Are you looking for a job? I do see a new job coming along for you. This is going to be a great opportunity. It's actually going to be fun for you. I do feel this is going to be a good fit for you. King of Wands, if you work hard and you stick to this job that I'm seeing here, there is potential for you. Queen of Cups. It's not like you're going to make thousands or millions, you're going to be rich from it, but it's definitely going to give you the security that you're looking for in order for you. Are you a nurse? Are you a therapist? Are you some kind of healer, Paula? Because this is what I'm picking up around that. But yeah, be patient. Your finances will eventually improve, at least get better than what they are now, to what they are now. Okay, what will my job situation be like next year? Pink Diamond. I love the name Pink Diamond. Ooh. Pink Diamond, what will her job situation? Are you writing a book? Are you writing something? Why am I seeing you writing something? So, or do you write blogs, or do you write articles of some kind? If you're not, that's what I'm seeing for 2025 for you, Pink Diamond. I'm getting more Ace of Cups. There you go. I'm seeing you more self-employed. Ace of Pentacles. 2025 is going to be a momentous year for you, Pink Diamond. I see big change around your job, around your job situation, taking a very different path, a very clear path, maybe being self-employed, changing things around, breaking. I'm just telling you what I'm getting, breaking or cutting ties that are weighing you down around your career and job situation as well. But 2025 is bringing some amazing opportunities for you, and opportunity to up your finances too. Happy to hear that. Will I receive additional income in 2024, 2025? Let me make sure that I haven't missed any. Lady Rivera, I'll be with you in a minute. Okay, where was I? Okay, will I receive additional income in 2024 or 2025? Hold on a second, Anna Marie. Additional income. Do you have a child? Do you have a boy? It's very ups and downs with you, with your income and your job, I feel, Anne Marie, because I feel that there's these fluctuations, but it's never stable enough for you to say that I can exhale, I can breathe, I can kind of relax around it. Of course, I see some kind of like a son, it could be a nephew around you as well. Are you helping financially this young man, this boy? Knight of Wands here, Seven of Pentacles. I don't see additional income, but I do see more work, which with the potential of an additional income, but it's not going to come straight away, this additional income. But I do see work. And the Seven of Pentacles, a lot of times, like, you put in the work and eventually you start reaping the rewards and receiving the rewards from it. But I see a lot of this as well. G. I'll answer that. I want your full name, like your first. You don't need to give me your full name, like your surname, but I want your first name, and I'll answer that. Can I have a little bit of guidance to what direction to take? Do you write music? Is it around music, singing, songwriting? Mhm. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing music a lot around me as well. Five of Wands. Yes, you are artistically stuck. We have the Five of Wands. Wands is creativity as well. I do feel you're stuck. I feel the reason why you're stuck is because you're trying to pull, or you're trying to go in a direction artistically, creatively, that you're not ready to go yet. I feel that you're in a rush, or you're in a hurry to get somewhere with your creations, with that side of you, with that creative side of you, but you're not ready to get there. So what is happening is things are being blocked around you because you still need to sit and work on your creations and your passion and all of it right now, instead of you trying to get somewhere and reach somewhere faster than you should. I hope that makes sense. But I keep seeing the music. Let me know in the chat. Music, songwriting. I hear music. I hear music as well. When I first began tarot, Eight of Swords was my stalker card. Now the card is the Magician. I plan on sticking with tarot, numerology, charms, crying, and scrying in the advice. Yes, stick to whatever resonates to you most and what you're drawn to. Some people are only drawn to oracle cards, and they can have a full on reading just using oracle cards, angel cards. So my advice is, and the Magician is a clear sign. The Magician is like broaden up spiritually your the way you connect to your abilities and to spirit as well. Don't overdo it. Focus on a couple of things and work with those for a few months. Write down in your spiritual book. But the Magician is a clear sign to me that you should hone in a little bit more, like try to limit things and learn your craft as intuitively as you can. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't worry about a card stalking you or what the cards mean or the combination of the cards. Go with the flow. I hope that helps as advice, because that's I'm just giving you what I'm getting myself from my guides and your guides. Myla, my question above, I think I just answered it, right? Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Lizette, I think, okay, wait. If I've already answered one question from you, I'm not going to answer another one, because unfortunately, and I get confused because it's not fair for those who are waiting in the chat to get. So apologies. If there's time in the end, I will, of course, answer answer your question. Okay, what does Oregon say about her brother? Yes, no apology. I'm avoiding them. I don't think they're pure intentions. He says because he's going to be a dad. Immediately thought about you. Yeah, no, I don't feel intentions are pure either. I do believe they're there because they need help, whether it's financial, practical. They just, and also what's happening with their home. I'm just saying, did they get kicked out? Can they afford their rent? There's something around their home that is red flags all over. Let's see. Well, my boyfriend's business started making a lot more money. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that, Stephanie. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. I mean, I'm hearing, okay? It's gonna take a while. The star, Three of Cups. Okay. Don't be disheartened, both of you. Don't be disheartened by business being slow and things not working out the way that you were expecting. It's a collective thing. It's everywhere in the world. It's a chain reaction. But here's the thing. I want to say this. Tell him to stick to what he's doing. He has great ideas. His heart is in it. Um, it will take a little bit more time. Is he also partnering with someone? Maybe bringing in a third person would help sort of dispense like the duties and the things. It just feels like I'm seeing three people in that business, and the number three is very strong. And I see it around your boyfriend. So three is basically a number that really helps him. So things happen in threes for him. I don't know if he was born on the third day of the month that he was born in. The business, I see three people behind it, and it's really going to come together and, reach different heights, if you will. So that's what I'm seeing, but it's going to take a little bit longer before things kind of feel like, or he feels that things are at a place where he doesn't feel worried or scared about the future of his business. Danny, no, I wouldn't be worried. I feel there's something delaying things right now, and and on a collective level as well. I feel that. No, don't be worried about it, because at the end of the day, things happen for a reason, and timing is everything in our world, in the physical world. So don't worry too much, don't overthink, don't put all that energy, that worry onto that, like like focusing on that, because then you're blocking it even more. Let it go, let go that feeling. When the time is right, you will things will happen, things will open up. So the test example is kind of like when you said you couldn't tell what was going on when there are contracts being done. I'm not sure I understand, Danny, unless you're talking to someone else. Jam is saying yes to the reading, building. You're the owner. Okay. A lot of people are. We'll talk about the diddler as well at some members live or something else, but because I don't know, I don't want to take away from these readings. But everyone, a lot of people are, even people you don't expect, even maybe Meghan Markle. Just saying, leaving it out there so you can come back for my next live where we're going to be talking about these things. RH, will I find? Okay, I just want to say that because we're at it for 2 hours, I'm going to take a few more questions, a couple more questions, and then we will just wrap it up. But don't worry, because especially if you're a member, we're going to be doing these for the members' lives too, a lot more often than I do them here. So, will I find a new apartment soon? Okay, my gut's something about a Monday, next Monday, or in 2 Mondays. I feel you're gonna have some good news regarding your apartment. So whether it's tomorrow's Monday. So either tomorrow or a week from today, from tomorrow. I feel you're gonna have some good news around your apartment. I love that. My daughter is high functioning on the spectrum and currently in college. I'm trying to help figure out her career path for her. She currently has a YouTube channel as well. Nice. So I'm trying to help with the career path for her. So I'm not sure if she wants to be. So I heard economist and I saw economist. So someone who is in finance, who deals with money. So, but I'm not sure if this is the path she wants to take or it's the path she will eventually take. I'm a bit confused. She's good with numbers though. She's good. If she's not aware of it or she's trying to deny that side of it because she wants to do something more marketing, because that's also what I'm hearing, I want to say she would be extremely successful if she worked in finance or with money, if that helps. All right, I'm going to take right, Danny. Yeah, from a former. Yeah, of course. You were also an event planner. It will be so much better for your personal life. Wedding planning hours are not fun. I know. Fun fact, I did, me and my 1,000 jobs, I did have a event planning. It wasn't really wedding. It started off as wedding, but I ended up doing, again, with the quotes, but I ended up doing event planning. This was after I left Sony Music, or a few years after I left Sony Music, because I was really good at organizing, bringing people together, organizing, booking talent. Obviously, I knew people, so I could book talent and all that. And I can tell you, it lasted for a year and a half. I was like, yeah, granted, I got pregnant afterwards and I could not like run around and stay up until 5 in the morning running and, organizing. So I closed that business, but it's a lot of work, hard work. And it's a dirty business because people will do you dirty in this business. Danny can attest to that as well. And I don't mean the clients. Shows up with making friends for pretend. No, you know what? As like I see her in a few years. So when she's older, she will become more social. She will change. She will really grow in herself, grow to be a beautiful human being and very different to what she's like now. She's young. She's a little bit more closed off, if you will, but she will come out of her shell in a few years. And I do see a man entering or coming into her life who will help her with that as well. Social skills, socializing, being more open to new people, etc. All right. It's more to one. Yeah, I mean, these tarot readings, these quick ones, they're fine. I don't care how many people are in the chat, but when we're talking about mediumship and connecting to loved ones, it's very different. I do have a full room here of spirits, right? There's a ton of them here, but it's also hard because we have a chat. I don't have you here. We're not, I cannot see you. So I would have to say, okay, this guy, and I have someone here who's holding oranges, someone who loved oranges or who used to um squeeze oranges for you when you were sick, for instance. This is real. There is someone here, and this is a male. If I feels like a grandfather, it's going to take forever. Do you know what I mean? And it's too much for me as well, kind of like trying to sort through all these souls. So channeling and mediumship is not easy on YouTube, but I'm happy to throw the cards. And if I hear pick up something, if someone comes through and it's for you, I will, as you see, I will share it with you. My grandmother passed away when I was pregnant with my youngest daughter, and she just, oh, is that coincidence or something spiritual? My daughter has a lot of her traits. So the fact that she looks like her is not spiritual. This is genetic. Okay. My son looks like my deceased grandfather that I never met. But I don't feel, for instance, my grandfather around my children. I feel more my grandmother and my other grandfather, my paternal grandfather, around them. But um, she has a lot of traits. I believe that's genetic, but it doesn't mean that your grandmother is not around her and steps in as a guide for your daughter. But it's not, if you're asking if your grandmother has incarnated in your daughter's body, if you will, no, no. It's just that she steps in and out, and she's in and she communicates, because young children and babies, because they're so pure and they've just arrived in the world, for them there is no veil. They see the spirit world, they see spirit, they see their guides. So it's easier for your daughter to connect with her great grandmother. Lady Rivera is getting into flowers. I'm telling you, someone is toying with the idea of opening a small flower shop. I see it. If this is something that you've been considering, or if you're good with flower arrangements, go for it, because that's what Spirit is saying. They're giving 2 thumbs up. All right, I'm going to take one more question, and I'm going to take it from someone who hasn't had their question answered yet. Thank you, Ken, for reminding. Yeah, like this live, everyone, please. Uh, hold on. Whoever, I'm trying to see if I've missed someone that I haven't answered the question, because that's going to be my last question. Yeah. Listen to Kempire on that, because he has experience. He has worked and managed and promoted singers, amazing talent, and he knows that world very well. So I agree with you. In order to do music, you have to love it, and it's not about the money. I agree 100%. Okay, Peapod, we have a question from someone that I haven't answered the question. What is my, okay, you're welcome. What does my romantic love life? Okay, let's see. 2025 romantic love life. Are you, have you taken a break from dating? And generally, this is what I'm picking up, that you consciously took a decision to not date or pursue anything. Because there is some kind of hurt, betrayal I'm seeing and hearing from the past. I mean, ooh, okay, all my cards just dropped. As soon as it said betrayal, Peapod, you seen this? Wait, Star and Magician, Peapod. You know what I'm picking up? I love the name Peapod. Actually, you know what? You know what I'm getting? When you're ready, emotionally, physically, psychologically, all of it. When you're ready, you're getting your soul. Your soulmate is waiting to come in. Wow. What a great last reading. So, yeah, coming in 25, 26. 25, 26. Nice. Come back and let us know. And let us know. What? Wait, you guys. Natalie, you told me this year I'll be doing better financially. I received a settlement royalty. I'm so happy for you. Go explore. Go, go, go. Very happy to hear that. See everyone. Trust and believe. And when you get readings, don't doubt what comes through. Even if it doesn't make sense at that moment in time when you're getting a reading, take notes. Take notes so you don't forget what comes through. And wait, do not doubt what comes through readings. Of course, not all readings are 100% accurate. I've told you this before. But if you focus on every little thing that someone tells you, a reader tells you, you can block that from happening. You take in this information, you take it in, you write it down, and then you release. You go about your day, you go about your life. And then you can refer back to your notes to remind yourself what came through. But don't doubt, things can happen, and they happen at a time that you least expected, the way that you least expected. So go explore. Yay. All right, everyone. And thank you for the super chat as well. I'm so happy for you. All right, everyone. I think that's it for today because I'm also getting tired. It's also 11 o'clock at night over here. It's a different time. We're all, what I love about YouTube and I love about this community is that we're all from different parts of the world. So it makes this fascinating. And hopefully one day we can all meet in person. Of course, anyone who comes to Greece, you let me know. You let me know. Would love to meet you in person. 100%. So you're very welcome, Peapod. That was a wonderful way to end this. I am truly grateful for you all. Honestly, and thank you for the support for those of you who were on Zach's live on Friday. I really appreciate it. And anyone who left comments underneath his videos, I did see those. Now you know that there are a lot of things that have happened behind the scenes that we haven't talked about. Obviously, Zach talks about everything, but his channel is different to mine. He's also a different personality person than me. So there are a lot of things. You guys just use your discernment. And if someone or if anyone, if alarm bells go off and you see red flags when it comes to a creator or someone in your life or whatever, listen to that. Okay, listen to it. I do the same. I was just telling Campari that yesterday. I was like, I don't listen. Sometimes I don't listen to my guides. Sometimes I don't listen to myself. I don't listen to my intuition when it comes to me. I know it. And then and then I end up getting hurt or I end up getting disappointed. All of it. Just people will show you who they are eventually. And believe that that's the truth, that that's who they really are. That's all I'm going to say about that. I think I've said enough anyways about that topic. But anyway, I really appreciate you. Yeah, you'll be surprised how many people. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. But this is not the time or the place to talk about that. I've said enough anyways. It's done, it's dusted. We should all move on. We should all lead happy lives in general, and we have a beautiful community here, and I'm very blessed for all of you. I love you all. Till next time, take care.